Y'all, you probably think the Toronto Blue Jays are done after that heartbreaking Game 7 World Series loss, but hold up. Breaking news just dropped. That's got all of Blue Jays Nation buzzing like crazy. Bichette is staying put in Toronto. MLB insider Bob Nightingale just confirmed what we've all been hoping for. Our clutch shortstop isn't going anywhere. This bombshell changes everything about our offseason strategy and keeps our championship core intact. Stick around because I'm breaking down why this is the best news we could have gotten after coming so close to glory. If you're bleeding blue and white like me, smash that like button right now and hit subscribe because we're about to dive deep into what this means for the future of this franchise. Let's be real here, Jays Nation. After watching our boys battle through 7 grueling World Series games and come up just short, the last thing we wanted was to see our core get ripped apart in free agency. Bichette was supposed to be the biggest question mark this offseason. Remember all those trade rumors swirling around last year? Everyone and their mother thought Bo was as good as gone, especially with Scott Boras as his agent pushing for maximum dollars. But here's where it gets interesting. That Game 7 performance might have just sealed the deal for both sides. Picture this, bottom of the 7th inning, Shohei Ohtani on the mound for the Dodgers, and Bo steps up in the biggest moment of his career. 3-run bomb to give us the lead. That's the kind of clutch gene you can't teach, and that's exactly why management knows they can't let this guy walk. The numbers don't lie either, folks. Bo slashed 311, 357, 483 with an 840 OPS this past season. That's 44 doubles, 18 homers, and 94 RBIs in 139 games. But it wasn't just the regular season stats that caught everyone's attention, it was how he elevated his game when it mattered most. When the lights were brightest and the pressure was at its peak, Bo delivered. Now here's the kicker that's got me fired up. With Bo locked up, we're looking at a core of Vladimir Guerrero Jr. and Bichette, anchoring this lineup for years to come. Think about it. 2 superstars in their prime. Both homegrown talents who understand what it means to wear the blue and white. This isn't just about keeping a good player. This is about preserving the identity of what makes this team special. But wait, there's more to this story that's flying under the radar. Nightingale mentioned this is part of Toronto's Goodwill Tour, and that tells me everything I need to know about where this franchise is headed. After getting a taste of championship baseball and falling just short, ownership is doubling down. They're not going into rebuilding mode. They're going all in on this championship window. The ripple effects of keeping Bo are massive. First off, it allows Ross Atkins and the front office to focus their off-season energy on other needs. We all know the starting rotation could use some depth, especially after what we saw in that World Series. Instead of scrambling to replace Bo's production, they can target pitching upgrades and maybe add that final piece to put us over the top. Here's where I get really excited about the possibilities. With Bo and Vlad locked up, this team becomes a destination for other free agents who want to chase a ring. Veterans see a stable core and think, hey, these guys just went 7 games in the World Series. They're one piece away from winning it all. That's the kind of magnetic pull championship contenders have. Before we dive deeper, make sure you're subscribed and hit that notification bell because we're covering every single move this offseason, and trust me, this Bo news is just the beginning of what could be a wild few months. Let's talk about what this means tactically for John Schneider and how he constructs this lineup. Having Bo locked in at shortstop gives Schneider flexibility to experiment with other positions. Maybe we see some creative platoons, or perhaps they make a splash for a big-name outfielder, knowing the middle infield is secured for years to come. The financial aspect can't be ignored either. Yeah, Bo's going to get paid probably somewhere in the 8 to 10 year range if I had to guess. But here's the thing about homegrown stars. They often take a slight hometown discount to stay where they're comfortable. Bo's been in Toronto's system since he was drafted. He knows the city, he knows the fans, and most importantly, he knows this team has what it takes to win. What really gets me pumped about this signing is the message it sends to the rest of the AL East. The Yankees, Red Sox, and Orioles all thought they might get a shot at poaching one of our cornerstone players. Instead, we're showing them that Toronto isn't going anywhere. We're not rebuilding, we're not backing down, we're doubling down on what brought us to within 3 wins of a championship. The timing of this news couldn't be better either. Getting Bo locked up early in the offseason removes the biggest domino from the board. Now other teams can't use him as leverage in their own negotiations, and we can be aggressive in pursuing other targets without worrying about losing our shortstop. I've been covering this team for years, and I can tell you that keeping your homegrown stars is what separates good organizations from great ones. Look at what the Cardinals did with their core, or how the Giants built their dynasty. It all starts with identifying your franchise cornerstones and doing whatever it takes to keep them in-house. The fan reaction to this news has been incredible. Social media is blowing up with Blue Jays supporters celebrating like we just won the lottery. After coming so close to that elusive championship, the last thing anyone wanted was to see this core get broken up. Bo staying gives everyone hope that 2025 could be the year we finally bring that championship back to Toronto. Here's my bold prediction. This Bo Bichette signing is going to be the first domino in what becomes an aggressive offseason for the Blue Jays. Mark my words, Atkins isn't done making moves. With the shortstop position locked down, expect them to be players for top-tier starting pitching and maybe even a big bat for the outfield. So, Blue Jays Nation, what's your take on Bo staying in Toronto? Are you as fired up as I am about what this means for our championship window? Drop your predictions in the comments below. I want to hear where you think we go from here. And if you believe this is the move that finally gets us over the hump, smash that like button and share this video with every Jays fan you know. We're building something special here in the 6IX, and Bo Bichette just proved he wants to be part of championship history.